And let me give y'all a story time too. I remember when, okay, so y'all know, I've always say this, honey. I transitioned when I was 13. I started when I was 13, but that thing, like I remember when I was 14 years old, that was when I made the final decision because I was dibbling and dabbling, on the weekend, different little things like that. But it wasn't until I was 14 that I decided, honey, just one day, I went and took all of my boy clothes, honey, and I just went and threw them away. I had already been stacking up on my girl clothes and stuff like that. So I knew I had some things that I could wear consistently. And I just made that decision without talking to my parents, without talking to anyone. I just did it. Now, I remember there was a time when I was about 16, 17, maybe 18. Honey, some of the people I was hanging out with, my cousin, and one of my best friends' mom tried to convince me that I needed, in order for me to get a job, because I couldn't find a job, that I needed to go back to dressing like a boy. Baby, let me tell you something. Clearly, as you can see, that was a no-go. I stood 10 toes down, honey. Some of us, honey, you know that thing is inside of you, baby, when you ain't gonna bend the fold. Mind you, I was young. But I knew that I'm not going to go back to being someone and something that I was not for the sake of having a job. Now, lo and behold, later on in my transition, I didn't know I was going to get up into escorting because I couldn't get no job. But I did it because I wasn't going to go back to being a boy. And that is why a lot of transgender women get into sex work, because don't nobody want to give you no opportunity because you're trans and you got to take care of yourself. You got to feed yourself. You got to pay your bills. You got to take care of yourself just like everybody else. Now, at that stage in my life, I didn't know anything about, learning your crafts. What are you good at? Starting a business, getting an LLC. I didn't have all those things, and I didn't have nobody to tell me those things. So I would encourage you trans women that if you are not getting the opportunities, find out what gifts God gave you, honey, and let that make you money. Because I guarantee you it ain't that, sister. I love you. I ain't knocking you for what you're doing, but I guarantee you it ain't that. God gave you a gift. He gave us all gifts, honey. Find out what that is. And let that make you some money. But I just wanted to come and share that story time because I was just thinking, honey, I would never. And I